Hey folks, I thought I'd do a video of the two different kinds of Alan Eden guitar that I've got in. And this is the Sepulveda model, and I think this has just been discontinued by Alan Eden because they've been hit with a cease and desist, probably from Fender. I can't imagine it being anyone else. However, they are sort of flogging off. I'm not sure if it's to the public or not, but I've had a relationship with them for a while, and one of my friends that works with the company told me about this and said they need to move these, so I grabbed a few. And this is the Sepulveda model. I did have to do some setup on these. All of them had slightly high action, sharp fret ends, the usual stuff. But once I got through the normal amount of setup, I noticed some things about these guitars right away. First of all, the necks are one piece, no scarf, with the skunk stripes going all the way through. You can see, which is a nice feature. It makes them look a little bit different. Really nice satin finish necks, sort of a shallow or a narrow modern C profile. This is a rosewood version of the Sepulveda. This is the surf green with the perloid pickguard, of course SSH. You've got the two white housed single coil and then the humbucker there in the bridge. Two tones, one volume, no coil split or anything on these, but a nice variety of sounds. I'm just playing through flat through a very small practice amp, a Blackstar Fly 3. I never understand why people do reviews of guitars and play them through all kinds of effects. I don't think you get a good example of the sound. I don't think you do through a video anyway, but certainly if you're playing it through a very plain setup with a clean sound, you get some indication. Let's turn it up a bit here. No reverb or anything. Decent pickups on these. It does have a tremolo that comes with it. However, they're all they come sort of with the trem flattened down, so you'd have to adjust the springs and stuff to get that to work. It's not a floating trem. It's just a very simple S-style trem that you'd find on typical old Fenders. And to tell you the truth, I didn't even bother trying to set it up because I don't think it's going to be that good of a tremolo anyway. It just acts like a hardtail as it is. It plays great. It seems to stay in tune, so I left it as it is. Yeah, you've got a nice, beefy, bright bridge pickup on this as well for if you want your overdriven bite tones. Mother of pearl inlays, side dots, very typical Strat style with the jack plate mounted on there. I did have to re-solder that, by the way, because the solder joint failed. Yeah, a little bit of fret polish. Here's the back of it. Simple plate there. Really nice guitar, very regular tuners on these. Let me show you the other version that I got. And this is in the surf blue or aqua blue, whatever they call this. Same specs, just with a maple fretboard with black dots instead of the rosewood one with perloid dots. I rarely use a pick these days, but I'll pick a little bit. So yeah, all the same specs on this. Very simple S-style guitar, 5-way blade, the two-tone and volume, the SSH setup, the very normal sort of Strat style bridge with a very limited tremolo function if you want to set that up. I've left it blocked off. There's the back again, very plain plate. The thing that sets it off from a Fender for me is the look on the headstock. That certainly doesn't get confused in my view with a Fender. I'm not quite sure why they've gone after this company. I really like the way they did the neck on these, the straight through design. It's very similar to the neck through design that I got from these guys, the 1987 guitar I got a few years ago. They make good necks, and you might have come across Alan Eden because they are these days sort of more into the parts. They're sort of very similar to Guitar Fetish, so you can buy your necks, your bodies, your pickups. These pickups sound pretty decent. Of course, people will mod these out and put their favorite DiMarzios or you name it in them. I don't think these are bad at all as stock pickups. I've heard a lot worse. I think the necks are pretty decent and the bodies are nice. The finish is really nice. And if you like this look with the Perloid pickguard, I'm sure some people would switch them out for something else, but they're pretty sharp. Nice lines on the guitar, nicely cut belly cuts and all that. Easy to play up the neck. Nothing wrong with them at all. So this is the Sepulveda model. Not a lot of videos done on these. I know Alan Eden has their own guitar, what do you call them, sponsored guitarists that have done a couple, but not in great depth. And these guys go under the radar. I'm not quite sure why Alan Eden guitars aren't more popular. I've had good success with them, and I've bought guitars from them over the years and been quite pleased. They're you know, like all other budget guitars, they slightly lack in QC, and so you need to do a lot of setup when you get them. And here and there you run into a little deeper issues, like the green one. I had to re-solder a jack joint. One of the solder joints had broke. Notice how I'm saying that both ways: American solder and British solder. Anyway, just thought you'd like to see these. This is a really nice sharp blue one. I like the maple neck on these as well. Really nice necks on these. I like them a lot. So there you go, a couple of these. I'll probably throw them up on my Reverb page if anybody wants them. I think these originally sold for about $350, so they're not cheap guitars. You know, they're in the realm of the guitars, sort of the 250, 350. So they're not, you know, they're a little bit more specced out, a little higher end than say your Donners and the like. So yeah, got two of them. I might see if I can get more. We'll see. We'll see how these go. All right, folks. See you on the next one.